Hey guys, Cody Moyer here again with Coach Garfield. Just wrapped up state tournament last week and getting ready for an exciting event on Saturday. Has been moved to 1 o'clock, but it is the Nebraska High School Athletic Association's state dual tournament, and we're one of 8 teams to qualify for that. A lot of people I know have been following our videos and really starting to get involved with watching wrestling and excited about wrestling. There's still a lot of people that maybe need to be brought up to speed a little bit. What the heck's a dual tournament? How many people are wrestling? Are all the kids wrestling? Educate us a little bit.
Yeah, it's a great question. And the thing that I really love about dual tournaments is it stresses the team aspect of wrestling. A lot of people who don't know much about wrestling think it is an individual sport, and it is. I mean, quite frankly, wrestling is an individual sport. There are team aspects when you go to individual tournaments, like the state tournament crowns a team champion, but the dual tournament is basically a team-oriented effort. And so when we go there, we're going to be one of 8 teams, like you mentioned, and we have 14 varsity wrestlers that will compete in 14 different weight classes, and they will be going head-to-head against just another school. And so our first round matchup is Gretna High School, and so all of our 14 weight classes will wrestle against Gretna's 14 weight classes. And the point system is kind of cool. You get 6 points as an individual for your team for a pin. You get 5 points for a tech fall, which is a 15-point decision. You get 4 points for a major decision, and that's if you beat your opponent by 8 or more points. And you get 3 points for a regular decision if you win by 7 or less. And so they accumulate those points as the duel progresses, and at the end you have a team total for Fairbury and a team total for Gretna, and whoever's ahead of the end wins.
That's great. That I think a lot of people sometimes are lost when they come to a regular tournament because of the variances and the size of brackets and things. A dual tournament's very great for new wrestling fans to come and experience because it's one-on-one. It's this team against that team. It's their 106-pounder against our 106, and it's easy to follow.
It is, and the thing that I really like about it, for the casual fan, you get to watch Fairbury wrestle the entire time. If you go to a regular tournament, you may wait 2 hours in between Fairbury wrestlers wrestling. And so the state tournament or the dual tournament or any dual tournament, you get to watch just Fairbury for the duration of the tournament. And that's what's really cool. So for the casual fan, it's a great opportunity for them to just go watch the Fairbury wrestlers because they will be wrestling the entire time.
And we're pretty excited. We're taking 8 state qualifiers to this tournament out of 14 weight groups. 3 of which are medalists. Sizing up your opponent and where they're at, where they're strong in certain weights. Sometimes you'll see coaches at these duels shuffle some weights around and stuff, but based on what you see, we know Gretna's going to be tough, and some of the other schools, certainly everybody there is going to be tough. But how do you think? What are your expectations this weekend?
Well, we absolutely want to go down there and compete. And I think our 14 guys that we'll put on the mat, all 14 of those guys are going to compete their tails off. And we want to be there, and not only just be happy to be there, but we want to be there to compete and compete to win. I told our guys in the practice room today after practice, this is an opportunity for us to compete for a team championship. What a great deal. They give 4 trophies. The top 4 teams get state championship trophies. And to be one of 8 teams there in Class B, which is absolutely one of the fullest wrestling classifications in the state of Nebraska, it's a huge honor. But we're not happy just being there. We want to go down there and compete. Gretna, it is tough. I think they're the odds-on favorite to be the team champion down there. That's a tough first-round match for us. But whatever happens there, we're guaranteed 2 duels. You may wrestle 3, you may wrestle 4, but we're down there to compete and win for sure.
One thing that is a realization is that you have 4 incredible seniors, a wide range of leadership skills and everything. Certainly you're going to miss that. There are some great pieces to replace some of that leadership, but explain what Damien and Anthony, Patrick and Paul have meant to you.
Well, as a coach, you're only as good as your kids. And it's going to be hard to not see those guys coming to the practice room, even when we start our spring workouts. As a new head coach, when I first got to Fairbury, those guys were all young pups. And I've always felt that when you take over a job as a head coach, you've got to get that first group bought in. And those 4 guys bought into everything we ever did. And so there's no question they're going to leave a gigantic hole in our program. from their leadership abilities to their work ethic to their dedication to the program, all that stuff is going to leave a big void. It's kind of a unique situation this year. Being the first time we've qualified for the state dual tournament, we're going to know when each one of those kids has wrestled their last match. And so that's going to be a little different. Like at the state tournament, you don't know what's going to happen if a kid doesn't qualify or does qualify, or if he is in the middle rounds or he's not. It's kind of we know this is our last practice tomorrow. And we know that when our last duel is up, that's the last match those kids are going to wrestle for Fairbury. It's going to be hard to watch them all walk off the mat for the last time. But I can't thank them enough for what they've done for our program, what they've done for me individually. Every one of those kids is going to hold a place in my heart for a long, long time, and we're surely going to miss all four of them.
Well, I think each one of them would certainly say the same about you and Coach Linhart and Schweitzer. And, you know, there is something to be said about a coach that exudes the passion and enthusiasm for a sport like you do. It is very easy for kids to get bought in and see that, and it's a contagious thing. And Fairbury Wrestling Program is in great hands. You know, from the youth wrestling coaches that are out here at practice tonight to, I mean, Fairbury is a wrestling town, and you're a big part of that. And we're excited for what next year is going to bring, and the guys you're going to keep encouraging and building and bringing up.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I am very thankful to have the group of guys that I have. My assistant coaches, and I don't talk about them enough, but Corey Schweitzer, Cam Linhart, and Trevor Schroeder, those guys mean so much. And you hit the nail on the head. Our youth program, man, you talk about a program that is up and running. When you can walk out there in practice and see 8, 9, 10 adult male guys out there, and moms, helping out with the little guy. I mean, that's what it's about. You know, that's the lifeblood of our program. We're going to keep pumping that Fairbury Youth Matman program, and that's something we want to keep building. And it's in great hands. I got so much confidence in all my coaching staff. You know, I've had people ask me a lot about, you know, how do you have the energy to coach wrestling and do what you do? And, you know, my thing is, and I tell people this all the time, to see a kid reach the ultimate, whether it's a state qualification or a state medal or a 100th win, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. To know the work that they have gone through to earn what they've earned. That's the ultimate payoff, and that's the ultimate thing for me as a coach, and that's why I do coach wrestling. That's why I enjoy doing it every single day. The passion is there because I want more kids to experience that elation of reaching a goal. And when you can realize a goal, whether it's on the wrestling mat or it's something in your everyday life, man, that's what life's all about. And so hopefully we teach our kids when they leave the program that if you strive for success, you're going to find it. And the desire and the drive to be great is going to be in all four of those seniors because they've earned it on the wrestling mat, and I have no doubt they're going to carry that into their everyday life.
Thanks again for having the impact you've had on Anthony, and you know, I know and I'm excited about continuing to come because I'm a wrestling fan. I will be coming and watching wrestling for quite a while, and I want to watch my son and the rest of that amazing group of kids wrestle one more time on Saturday. State duels, 1 o'clock start time now out in Kearney. Hope you guys can make it out.